work. Okay? 50% of your work was done through the interview. The first part of the other 50% is your resume, okay, which is going to be the most challenging because once you present your resume, that's the only gateway ticket for you to get the interviewing process, isn't it? Right? Okay. But again, resume is a whole other subject, which I won't be actually speaking with you on that matter. If you do, then please let me know. I can also consult with you afterwards. But interviewing in such a way is that. 3 things. If you have a pen and a pencil or anything, please write this down. What I would like for you to do, you have a homework for yourself, okay? And your success depends on your homework. I want you to write 3 things. Mentor, cheerleader, and a goal. Mentor, okay? Who has mentor? Who is a mentor? The professor, anyone? Excellent, okay? You have anyone here? Okay. What does mentor do? What does mentor do?
Mentor guide me how I establish a career that I never did before.
Exactly.
And basically, I have no idea about he can, what he can do. Give me some more information. That's the information for like advices.
Right. They can be your punch bag, right? They're going to punch you along the side. If you are diverting the course, you're going on the wrong avenue. They're going to punch you back and try to get you on the right course, right? You need a mentor, okay? Second, you need a cheerleader. Who are cheerleaders? Excuse me. Who are cheerleaders? Friends could be. Cheerleaders are the people who are like, yes, you're doing great. Keep on it. Woohoo! Get pom-poms in front of you. Okay, it could be a boyfriend or girlfriend, it doesn't matter. But those people have to be your cheerleaders, which means you will go through a series of interviews. You might have like 10 interviews and you got nothing. Okay? You need a mentor for that. You need a cheerleader for that to get you still stay on the course and make sure that you do not fall in depression. Because it does happen to a lot of candidates. And they fall for a little bit much more less than what they should be. Okay? So cheerleader is very important, that you have people around you. That's why you want to network. You want to know who your cheerleaders are. You want to know who your mentors are. The last thing is your goal. Okay? Does everybody have a goal in life? Does anybody have a goal about jobs? Okay, you have a goal. See, okay, you got a mentor, you got a cheerleader, you got a goal. Okay, all right. So that's a strong way to actually hold your ground into getting succeeded. That only extended not only for the interviewing process, but along the way in your life. Okay, you need that type of 3 things that you must hold, okay, when you are in a job as well. Because even though you go to a job, you will stumble. Yes, you're in the job. Yes, I'm doing it. After 3 months, you're going to find out. Oh, yes, you're going to find out about, wow, is this going to be a great job or is it going to be a challenging job? So you need that mentoring, cheerleader, and a goal. If you don't have established your goal, okay, I want you to go ahead and sit down tonight, and I want you to write down what's WIG, W-I-G, which is wildly important goal. It's from Franklin Covey. Okay, it's called 4 Disciplines of Execution. Wildly important goal. Okay, widely. It's widely. Okay, it's not just any type of goal, but it's crazy goal. Okay, about your job. You need to have that. And from that base, you do your homework, you do your research, you research about the company. It's a lot of work. Okay, it's extensive, a lot of work. This is not the time period. If you are actually in a period of graduation, at this point of time, you should have already had done your second interviews, or you should have already been given an offer letter at this point of time. So you might want to, tackle with the academic advisors or counselors, right? You have that in school, right? Okay, you might want to reach out to that. You might reach out to your networking partners, see what they have. What are some of the things that are open? If I'm going to go work for JP Morgan Chase, what's out there? What's some of the openings? Where are they going? Am I going to further study, or am I going to, jump into the workforce? Am I going to stay in the United States, or am I going to another country? Is there a potential opening in international, in the job market out in India, China? Or am I going to be working in US? These are some of the determination goals that you have to put in place. That's what a lot of the people are already starting to do. Okay? What questions do you have? I feel like I've given you a lot of burden. But it's important, because if you succeed, I'll be your cheerleader. Yes?
It's like your strength. Let's say you say you really like working with numbers. Is that a good, or is that too broad?
Absolutely. No.
Like
Absolutely.
I add up the check in my head and I try to figure out the size. I mean,
that's how you started.
Yeah.
My greatest strength is, going back ever since childhood, or, whatever the time period it is, saying that, I love numbers. I always add up, and I always wanted to be a mathematician or in the accounting field. Now, that has to match where your criteria is that you're applying for. Because if you are applying for a human resource management, we're like...
It doesn't make any difference.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. It's like, okay, we want somebody who knows how to deal with people.
Somebody who's going to actually...
Accounting, yes. That could be your greatest strength, and say, I like this, and so these are some of the projects that I've done. I came up with these numbers, and my professor complimented, we had this group project, this is what I've done.
But how about mathematical? I'm just curious, like playing chess, which is related to numbers. Like,
Oh, you can say that as well, absolutely, because accounting has everything to do with numbers. Now, I'm complete opposite from Paul. Everything that has nothing to do with numbers, I love it. Alrighty. What's your name again? I'm sorry. You had a question, right?
I didn't have a question, but I just want to share something that I just want to add up.
Absolutely. Please go ahead.
Definitely you need to know your strengths. But you need to know your strengths, but you need to prove yourself that that is your strength or not.
Right.
Basically, probably interviewer ask the question again how that your strength is, and you got to prove that. And you need to know what is your backup for that, whether that is your strength or not. So basically, I think that for you to research what your strength is, you need to convince yourself that's your strength and prove that before going to use that.
My experience is like you don't really need. I mean, you'll be able to tell when you have a passion or you enjoy doing something.
Yeah, I think that is
Exactly. Passion is the correct word. Right. How did you get into here, and why did you study this as a master, and how did I build this as a strength in building more? Absolutely. Yes.
Maybe a little bit more question.
Sure, absolutely.
But, I'm working on tax here.
Okay.
I don't have any working experience in tax before.
Okay.
I have like good number of working experience in Korea because maybe I'm a Korean changer. So of course I like my work a lot, and I have strong passion for it, everything. But it's not. I'm interning with a certain company, so the interviewer seems to me he didn't care about my past experience. But if I have to find a full time, then I need to show my more technical skills and more knowledge about that. So that is my kind of challenge.
Your pet peeve a little bit, right? Because you are being challenged with.
Of course, I really want to give a strong influence,
Right.
impression,
Right.
future influence.
Okay.
So if you have any good advice, I'd love.
Okay. How many of you have actually, because we're actually running out of time, how many of you are diverting your course into a different area that you're studying at this moment? Like, okay, I'm studying right now, but I'm not interested in the area that I want to go into what I'm studying. Anyone? Okay. Why don't you and I talk in the afterwards? Okay? Alrighty. Okay. What other questions do you have? Yes, Charles.
First time the invitation to LinkedIn.
Absolutely, I would accept it. Absolutely. Absolutely, please. Yes, my name is Andy Kim, A-N-D-I-E. My Korean name is Ajin. But my American name is Andy, A-N-D-I-E. And my last name is Kim.
Can you give me your email?
Sure. I don't think I'll give you my business card later on. Okay? Alrighty. Well, it's definitely my pleasure, and thank you very much. It's Friday evening. Everyone's out there, celebrating whichever for the weekend, and you're here. So let me tell you, you're ahead of their game. You're ahead of their game. So thank you very much. I'm gonna introduce President Nam. This is no.
좀 5분 쉬었다 할까요? 그죠? 네, 5분 쉬었다 하죠.